Bump Love is brought to you by
Back to school, back to school, back to school. Well, it's that time again. Now, paying school fees in this season is coming with very huge rewards. Pay your school fees using Airtel Money or dial *185# and stand a chance to win. Guess how much? 300,000. What would you use 300,000 for this season? All you need to do is dial *185# or use the Airtel app. Well, never say I didn't tell you. It's 300,000 shillings.
Catch somebody who has been raised by completely present parents, and I repeat, present mother.
Yeah.
You will tell the difference.
Once upon a time, being a stay-at-home mother or being home to raise your children was seen as the most natural thing. But now people look down on women when they say, oh, I'm going to stay home.
Yeah. So even when you're at home, there's a season. You are led to work on the house. It's the season. It's not to go and get money. First work on the house. That's how you've been led.
Sometimes we get caught up in, I'm a career woman, I have got to, then you even forget that there's a home that, by the way, is your main job.
Yeah.
For me, being a mom is the best thing that has happened to me.
Yeah.
It's the first job before any other. By the way, it's the only job that I have not even changed.
Did you know that if you have children and you wake up every morning to go out to work, before you are anything else, you are first their mother? You are arguably a stay-home mother. This week on Bump Love, we discuss the real story behind stay-home motherhood in our series, More Than a Mama. Now, once upon a time, being a stay-at-home mother or being home to raise your children was seen as the most natural thing to do. Where were you where to do what? You've given where to that to the, where are you going? But now it's more a privilege than it is anything else. That's what it's seen like. And so joining us on the show is a personal friend and life accountability partner, Helga Ntale. Helga Ntale is commonly known as the Homemakers cheerleader. She's the CEO and founder of the Homemakers Brook, and she has you have some of the best products on your website. Yeah. Guys, www.helgantale.com. Any tool you will need as a mother, you don't even need to be a stay-home mom. Like just the other day, she launched a beautiful product. I know, you guys, I have to read this one for you. Are you, baby girls, are you ready?
We're ready.
Are you ready? Because this one, I was like, oh my God. Okay, this is the product. You know, that way I'm the one who's advertising. Okay, let's do this. It's called the, oh my gosh. Oh, Manuela, say it. I'm getting into her products because I'm just like, oh my God, I have to say it. The Bedroom Benediction. A wife's guide to 100 subtle, sacred, and slightly naughty ways to say I'm in the mood.
I see why it's excited.
I'm like, baby girl, nowadays we're in the mood. Welcome to the show, Helga. And of course, our usual suspects, Pastor Husky. You know, you could also be called Pastor O.
You know, don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay. And then Sharon O.
Hi. That's exactly why you shouldn't do
Yeah,
it.
but Pastor O, Sharon O, so cool.
Yeah. No, it's fine, really.
Okay, so Mama Boy is not around. She'll be coming.
Yeah.
Coming on the next episode. Please don't keep asking. She will come. Okay, she's coming. We know you will be there. Where is Mama Boy? She's coming. Okay, she's coming. But this week we want to talk. In fact, because stay-home motherhood for many people, if they see this as a topic, they're just like, I'm not. It's not for me. Next page. Why do you think people? I want to say the word shun, but people look down on women when they say, "Oh, I'm going to stay home." Yeah. Why is it that they immediately scroll?
I think it's because society has made it look like first of all, you failed career-wise. So you're like, let me just
Stay.
yeah, and then suddenly you seem like you must depend on the man.
Yeah.
So it looks like everything has failed. So let me just be home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the mindset we come with.
Yeah.
You're like, Kale Manuela, oina degree.
Yes.
Now you've chosen to sit home.
Yeah.
So they make it look like home is like a place you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Right?
Where the most land shouldn't be. Yeah.
Like you studied, you did what you... But also there are those who have studied and they still don't have that job, so I don't get it.
Yeah.
But I feel like that's what society has made it.
Yeah.
Though I like what she called it, homemaking.
Yeah.
Because sometimes we get caught up in, I am a career woman, I have got to, then you even forget that there's a home that by the way is your main job.
Yeah.
If you're a mother, it's, for me, being a mom is the best thing that has happened to me.
Yeah.
It's the first job before any other. By the way, it's the only job that I have not even changed.
Yeah.
And yet have been promoted so many times. And have been rewarded so many times.
Yeah.
The rewards I've got from motherhood cannot be compared
To
the
any
rewards I got
job.
as an employee.
Yeah.
Not at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it's because we compare it to career
Yeah.
that then it's shunned upon that.
Exactly.
You are what?
Yeah.
And so every time you hear stay home, you're like,
Yeah.
Katibi kulemi.
Yeah.
Now what if the man leaves you? Now, it's
Yeah.
not even about the man.
Yeah.
It's really not.
Yeah.
So for me, that's what
That's
I
the
think
reason
society.
why.
Yeah.
And you know, it reminds me even like, I mean, the sector I'm in early childhood. I feel
Yeah.
like anyone that does anything with children,
Yeah.
you are on the table of career program. Like
Yeah.
When we are to list careers, anyone that works with children
Yeah.
are always
Yeah.
at the bottom. You
Yeah.
find that.
Because psychologically, it's like a daycare center.
Hey, that's what you
Adina
understand what I mean?
decay.
Exactly. And yet, interestingly, the brain is most developed in the first 3 years of a child's life.
The formative years.
Those are the most formative.
Yes.
Actually, we are all here on the brain
Yeah.
that was developed when we were 3 years
Yeah.
old. So it's interesting that then we send the quote unquote the worst. You understand? Like
Yeah.
the one who hasn't performed
And
well, because that's what
yeah.
happens in schools.
Yeah.
When you're writing choices for university, first, yeah.
Oganzawala, what do you want to become when you grow up? Do you hear anyone saying,
A teacher. No, when they say a teacher, they are told no.
Yeah,
You can do better. You can do better than that. You can be a
Nobody thinks
doctor.
about professor
Yeah.
or like lecturer. They be
Yeah.
like teacher. They think of you as Jaja Tulimbuzi. That's where everyone's brain
Kati.
goes. They're like,
Yeah,
what?
exactly. Yeah.
Yes, so I think that's
yeah.
where the issue is.
So because children are considered so low, so they are just seen as if their brains are so shallow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody sees them as the dynamite that they are. They feel that whoever comes to work with them, whether you're a mother or you're a teacher, you are just as good as their
Yeah.
shallow
Yeah,
brains.
you are
So
their
all
thinking
of you
capacity.
think the same
Yeah.
small thinking
Yeah.
capacity, not aware that is where the brain is most
Yeah.
developed.
Formative
Anyway,
years.
yeah.
I think also people need to be very careful that you can give an opinion and think it's an upstandard one, and you're speaking from a place of ignorance.
Yes.
And I feel that society does that a lot. We are going with the trends,
Yeah.
with the winds, girls are now more educated, so why are you not going to work? So I feel that at times people make certain opinions because they're speaking from a place of ignorance.
Yeah.
Also, maybe from a lack of experience. But back to your question, why people think that it's like the worst thing you could do, is also because they think that the work at home is actually minimal. That you're doing nothing, that you're scrolling on your phone and doing TikTok the whole day.
Or that
and
mopping is minimal.
Thank you.
Or that
As well as
cleaning.
think
Like,
of
let's
it
even if you're not
as a
on
house
TikTok.
help. Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
if you're cleaning the house,
Think you're like Cinderella.
you're washing dishes, you're cooking food, they're just
Yeah.
like, we're doing strategy, darling.
Yes,
Excuse me.
PowerPoint presentation.
PowerPoint presentation.
Come on.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
But like I said earlier, sometimes people respond from a place of ignorance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Lack
I
of
have
experience.
I have met people who prioritize running their homes like a typical business. And it is extremely admirable.
Yeah.
Their children hit milestones very fast.
Yes.
The way they relate with their partner is on another level. It's mutual respect. The way we all walk in speaking to the CEO all nicely. The guy doesn't even know your second name until he checks your appointment letter. You know,
If he does.
if he
knows
even
your
checks. Yeah.
Mama.
But you find that homes that are being run like that,
Yeah.
there is that mutual respect. Everybody understands their roles clearly. There's a difference.
There's that child.
They're walking very confident. They look at you straight in the, you know, and then they know how to be polite. People say these days that Gen Zs don't know how to be polite. They don't know the difference between an adult and catch
And a peer.
somebody who has been raised by completely present parents, and I repeat, present mother.
Yeah.
You will tell the difference. And I speak this in all humility because I have loved to be present for my children, for example, or even present in my home, because it brings sanity. There's a difference when I'm home.
Yeah.
But I've not had the privilege to do it all
All
the
the
time.
time.
Yeah. And I can clearly see the difference when I'm there
And when
vis-a-vis when I'm not there. And I'm not very, you know, airheaded or so not in touch with reality that I will pretend that I don't see it. I see it. So I will say again, some people speak from a place of complete ignorance and they give opinions because they are very loud and they think it's okay, but it's not okay.
Yeah.
So sit, listen, and when you say nice things, copy. Copy.
I love it.
I love the part that you talked about the difference between homes where the mom is present and homes where they're not really present. And one of the things that I love to say is that the children are working with a mind of someone that is a degree holder.
Yeah.
Someone is a master's holder or a PhD. That brain, that mind is different from that of a nanny. You understand what I mean? So of course they are going to be better.
Yeah.
Because you're intentional. Does
Yeah.
that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not someone who has dropped out. It's not. No, I'm fully grown, fully educated, and I'm talking to you 1 year old. You think you're going to be the same 1 year old?
Yeah, you're
No,
talking
you
to
can't be.
Najago and
That's why there's a difference.
Yeah.
It's this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. You intentionally engage it. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
So
so
why
why
do
sat
people-
in the PTC and the teacher was giving like a review of my child, one of my children. And then we are all seated there, and then she goes like, yeah, you see, she keeps playing with children. I tell the other ones are even more brilliant. And I was like, Mama, what did she just say? And so I was trying to say, respect elders. Oh, now you're teaching your child to listen. But even now you need to listen. I struggled with myself, but when we were done with the PTC and then they strolled down with my husband, I was like, just a minute. I said, Teacher Gondi, just a minute. Oh, there is something you said in the PTC, I did not appreciate it. You can speak better. And then if you don't know, don't say it. Stop comparing my child from a place of ignorance. You can't make such an evaluation. How are you helping? I remember she froze and just looked at
75 and 82.
yeah, don't
That's
like
the
don't
comparison,
don't do that comparison. So you that means in the mind of my child you have doomed her.
Yeah.
You're totally
brilliant.
Totally brilliant.
Yeah. But isn't it sad that teachers of now can still say that, yet they even know that the people who are driving like the biggest,
They were getting 22.
we are not kawa. So we can't do that. Like it doesn't make sense for us as like for teachers to be making those comparisons. Like after what we've seen with our own two eyes happening, no, you can't. Yeah. I feel that's one of the reasons why people shun women who decide to stay home is because it's a ploy of the enemy. Because you have that thing that tugs at you that tells you go home. Now I will say not every woman is to be in the home or feels like that. There are some who would rather run, but you who feels like that, there is a reason why God is asking you that thing you feel. And you know, let me say this in the camera. You know that thing when you guys say things like, I felt something, something told me. You can confidently tell yourself, God has told me. I want you to be confident enough, because those are the things that make you think that God doesn't talk to you. Yet He's there shouting. You want a burning bush, you want an angel, but there's something that's tugging at you. Baby girl, God is talking, okay? And it's okay to say, you know what, God has told me I need to stay home. No, I know what God has told me. Anyway, I just thought I should say that so that you should know that God talks to you, okay?
Yeah,
I hope you're happy, darling.
Yeah.
You've been asking. There's someone you've been asking if God talks to you.
Yeah.
That's your answer. He does. So you feel this tugging that's telling you, go home, go home. There is a reason. There is a reason. Stay home, stay home. There's a reason, because the child that you have might be a child who the future that he's supposed to have requires that he has a stay home present mother. Because yes, indeed, there are some stay home moms that are not present.
It's true.
So you have to be in that home and be there for that child because of what God has destined for that particular child. So the enemy will do anything to make you look bad if you decide to stay home. And therefore, your child's destiny is destroyed because of what the world has said or what the world will say that the enemy has allowed for you to, that you've allowed the enemy to say unto you. You need to be in a place where you sit down and say, is this where I'm supposed to be? I feel it in my spirit. God has said it. I'm going to stay here. Everybody else who shuns you, who makes you look, who looks down upon you, let them meet your child. The one who for whom you're supposed to stay home. The reason for whom. Then they will know, oh, that's why.
I see what's
and that's the thing about society. After they've shunned you, when it's working, they're like, she stayed at home. Then now you become a good example. And you're like, but friend,
You're the one
20
who
years
told
later,
me,
you're the one who was backbiting me. You're the one who was talking about me. You're the one looking down on me. You're the one who was demeaning me. But now, years later,
Suddenly
that
it's
same
adopting.
mouth is now saying, you who's talking, don't you ask yourself, but hold up. Let me wait. I don't know what God has told Helga. I don't know what God has told Olivia. But whatever it is, let me walk my own journey. Anyway, what do you know has led you, I know Helga, you are a stay-home mom, or anybody else that you know, to make the decision to stay home full-time? And what was the process like making that decision, if you know?
Process. Wow, I like a process. I know a friend, it was just nanny drama.
Oh.
She was done because every month, if this one's mom is not sick, now she keeps getting sick, now the other one just ran away, this one robbed me, the other one did. She was like, enough already. Enough, the other got pregnant. So she was like, enough already. I can't keep taking my children through this back and forth.
Different faces every
Different
month.
faces, different names. Okay, names because it's a baby, but like that whole instability, inconsistency, she was like, I am done. And so her and her husband made a decision that she's going to stay home. And she's had, I think, 4 babies now. She's been home. She's taken care of all her children, and that's where like a homeschool conversation comes, but that's a story for another day. But that whole thing is shunned upon of like, you taught your own children? What do you mean? Like, you know, but the process, being that you have been a career woman, she was stressed. You're used to waking up early, wear your heels, do what? No, you're going to wear the heels in the house. Are you a content creator?
But have you met Helga?
So like, she's going to first leave me. There's something I asked Helga to do.
She refused.
Yeah, now it's coming. And I'm so grateful to God. God loves me. You have to believe this thing. He really does. He really loves me. So that thing of, I used to wear heels, suits. You know, that's what we look at when we think career woman.
Career woman.
You're thinking suits, or maybe those beautiful dresses, throw on your 4-inch, 5-inch, 6-inch heels, do the makeup. So I've made friends who find me at home and I'm all
dolled up.
Yeah, and they're like, ask you where you're going. I said, what do you mean? I'm here. They're like,
yeah.
So why did you go through all that trouble? I said, who said you have to look pale in your home? How come you don't look pale in office? Yeah, I'm here.
My first office.
So that's where I'm coming. Like, it's a ministry.
Yeah.
It's a ministry. I look at it as part-time and full-time ministry. If you're in full-time ministry, people shun you. You're like, Kati wavude kumulimu, you're a pastor. Baby, with your life. I'm telling you. And I agree with you when you say it's a ploy of the enemy, because enemy is there to fight families.
Sure.
So suddenly it's like, these voices in your head. So now you quit your job. Do you know you are going to be promoted? Do you know that in your career now?
How are you going to provide for so and so?
Now, why did you do the masters? What was it for? Look at your friends. Look at the other one. Now she's the CEO. You're here washing dishes. You know, and look, whether you are working or not, the dishes will get washed. The house will be mopped. But there's a ministry. Your children are your first disciples before anyone else. They are your first disciples. Like, look, we're not going to be like, Manuela's nieces are behaving like idiots. No, they're going to say, oh, ask his children. Yes, they carry my ID everywhere, and that's my work. So if they're badly behaved, so for her, it was that process of, I need to look at my children a different way and know that I have not left work. I have changed jobs. Yes, just like I had to look at it that way, that I have changed jobs. The same way you come from being a salesperson and you become maybe an administrator or accountant manager. I have changed jobs. So she now proudly says, no, I'm a stay-home mother. She says it so proudly. Now I'm going to even give her the new term that Helga's read. Yes, I love it so much. Like, I'm a homemaker. It's so, look, not everybody is. You learn it. Because you can be in the home for years.
And you're doing
it doesn't feel like a home, it's a house. It's a house. So
Go on, sister.
her process was, I am not just here to do dishes. Look, I'm here to be a wife to my husband. I'm here to be a mother, a discipler to my children. And the salary will never match any salary I have. And she's killing it.
I love it.
She's killing
I
it.
need to meet her.
I like how you're saying, and she's killing it. It's beautiful when you see somebody who has got to that place of contentment, and they now know your real defining true purpose. But I'm going to give two scenarios. I have one that is really a great career woman. She's really, really good at her job, and but she's also an amazing homemaker. So I've noticed that even women that are in the career path, it's important to know where is your priority aligned. What's your priority? So I see her schedule herself so well. You know, she makes time for her children. Some things are important. You know, she knows when is the visitation day. Oh, I missed the first one. It means I have to go for the second one. Come rain, come sunshine. And she's very intentional about it. You're judging some people.
Let me look this side. Important.
And then she's, like her meals. She's the type. I know.
We are going there. We have to gossip about this girl. Have you seen Manuela doing her meal preps on her YouTube somewhere? I was like, "Nah, this little chick. But when does she have this kind
you're
of
welcome
chick?"
to come
I should be like, "Nah, you know, man."
I'm saying that chick sounds like me.
No, I'm not talking about you. She's called like
I'm like, Manuela used to put you so sad. I watched that whole video from the beginning. I was like, Manuela, you got out and say you have more hours than I have in the week.
But it's scheduling.
I was like,
exactly. But I see that's what I wanted to really highlight a lot. She's calling it scheduling.
Yeah.
For you to
intentionality.
You're really being very intentional about it. Like I see her take her child. She has one daughter and two amazing boys. So, and the boys are older. So this little girl, and she will make time and know this princess of ours, swimming must happen on Saturday. Wow. Oh, they are going for good dinner dates. So she has integrated her into her program. And I repeat, she still has her me time. She still has her job. And it can be really, strenuous sometimes. Yeah. But she does not forget what's priority. Yeah. Her meal plans and her meal preps. Like she told her children not to take sugar from an early age. They know how to puree juice and, take it yada. And then she knows within the week we need to take like bone marrow soup because it helps with what development of the brain.
Mama,
like, my future. That's my future.
When I hear her speak, I'm amazed, at how she does it, and yet she also will prioritize, her husband. She knows you know, now we are having, like, for example, she's a couple I've seen when the husband is going to travel or when she's going to travel. It means in that week towards the travel, they're going to make time for one another. They are going to have like dinner on, I was escorting him to Entebbe, then we had dinner where she's called Ivas.
Ivas, I send you great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's what I want.
Yeah,
Ivas,
so,
Lauren will be giving you my number, and then me and you will be
you're looking for her.
We need a
Yeah,
two-date Ivas,
she
wherever
really,
you
she
are.
really does it well and with so much humility. Now, I want to just give the flip of the side, because also to be a woman like that, it means you really have a supportive husband that understands that environment for you, that is not intimidated about your success, who it's important to know we have got a promotion, now you're in this sector, how do I best support you? You know, so I'm sure if she were to give her own opinion, she would have so many things to say about what kind of partner she has. And I say that because we were, you know, speaking about children, but there are people that do not have the gift of children and are still, you know, amazing homemakers.
Yes.
And there are no children involved. Like
Yeah.
the man lives like a king, she lives like a queen. Like, yeah. So there is that side of the coin. However, the other scenario I would give is a lady who chose to stay home, and it's because their children, you know how you have children, you have like a teenager, then you have like a preteen, then you have and then your husband now has got a very huge job, like a huge opportunity, and he was the type of father who was extremely present. Yeah, that guy would even cook. Uncomfortably, without his ego being bruised. You still see him, and you know, the man is a man.
Mr. Kabisova.
I know.
Mr. Kabisova will
say to
align
Shiri,
you.
okay. Yeah, but she just, they knew that the season they were in, the roles had to shift. Yeah, and you know, yes, so she knew she had to be present for the children so that he is able to go thrive and go work because he was getting better paid. However, that switch, it takes a lot of intentionality, especially when you've been in the corporate world for so long. The truth is, at times we forget ourselves, and I think we have also created bad PR for the whole homemaker kind of woman. Yeah, it can come off like, now I've got my whole pass. Like, who cares about the heels? Just throw them the other side and just, you know.
Helmet.
Yeah, so at times you need to keep people around you that remind you that you need to do it this gracefully.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
Some people, the reality check comes with when your children are starting to grow and they start asking, what's happening? Or the only time you look well dressed, you're like, Mommy, where are you going?
Yeah.
So it means ordinarily, how do
Yeah,
you feel okay?
some way.
Some way. So I think also that KPR, we've not done it well.
That's
It's true.
You know, whenever I find like homemakers on social media, I always send her like, I'm like, see your friend,
See your friends.
see your friend, see your friend, see your friend. And you talk about those women, and the truth is, if we could just, as women, even the career moms, if on Saturday we just dressed well, if on Saturday we just showered real nice, wore our
You don't have to be going somewhere.
Yeah, we don't have to be going somewhere. Like, have proper home clothes.
Nice.
Home clothes. She's the one who taught me, like
Not
like have
cancer
lounge
run
wear, like
vest.
have
My
lounge
gosh.
wear. Stop t-shirts, cancer run, t-shirts and tights, day run.
Your Airtel vest from the last Kabaka
What's that
run.
helmet thing called? What's that thing?
Oh my God, did you
Tujita
call it a helmet?
Yeah, Tujita helmet. Like helmet of salvation.
Yes, the thing for the hair.
The bonnet.
That has
The
like
bonnet.
two
hair
colors.
bonnet.
It's a bonnet.
Yes.
Hey, inside out.
Let me tell you something. I told a friend of mine joking. I'm like, hey, I can see you wearing your thing. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna get you in has two colors. I was like, no, Chincheko.
Yeah.
That's a crown.
Yeah, it's not a crowd.
It's really not.
I like what you said. Like, can we even just small time Saturday and Sunday? Can we just get like a matching kawe, just a very nice, very pretty, and like nice kasando, and just walk in the house.
What is it?
When they're there with your husband, wear something like, you know, like me.
Also, earrings are not for when you're going out only.
Hey, small
Okay, guys, like
and bras.
yeah, and
Braless day. There's a braless day.
no, Tommy Chocolate. Some people make every day no bread day. Guys, why? And you know when you come to the door and then you get annoyed when they're like, Who is at that door? Just have a kogera kone madam. You're like,
Freedom is
But then you tie
how
your
do I
legs.
send them, madam? Look at them. At this point, how do I say? Let me first go back and change and I come back.
Yeah,
to them,
yeah,
madam.
yeah.
Why did you
have
look like
have
that?
you guys watched the Nigerian movies? Like sometimes you can think maybe they're exaggerating
Yes.
this, but you find that most times for most movie writers and script writers and directors, they really portray what is happening in real life.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you find that for Nigerians, I find that so admirable that they respect their homes. For me, it's a form of respect
Yeah.
to be dressed well in
Yeah.
your home.
Yeah.
Not these things of those are home clothes for your home clothes versus outside
Going
clothes,
out, going
go
out
out clothes.
Yeah.
I speak as a culprit. But can we respect the home? Yes, even if it's a home cloth, can it be a proper home? Not those ones with between
Without holes, one
the one which Kusiwu card is the one you're like, it's no longer going to work. That one is now for home. It's no longer like. I feel like God looks at us and he's like, so this one, should I give her the home or I just take her out of the home? You get because she's not ready.
Yeah.
This one is not ready for the home. Let's move on to no stories. The one who really actually made the move. What led you to make that decision? And and what was that process like?
Okay. It's interesting. Maybe some people may not know that homemaking is a sacred calling. It's a fire that just won't run out. And so you find that for me in particular, I worked in the corporate world for probably 2 years, and I worked with Worried Telecom.
I was like, this girl, she's been so.
I worked with Worried Telecom, and in that time when it was,
They used to pay double
but
of anything they offer.
Wow. She was getting the money. The problem was not the money.
The entire time I was working, I was thinking about home. I was thinking about the children. I was thinking about home. That's all I was thinking about. And so, of course, the money was good. I was good, but I just couldn't stop, thinking about home. And there's that fire that just doesn't go off. It only comes. Yes, it comes back on. When you're home. I mean, it goes off when you're home, and then it comes back Monday to Friday, and then you come down. So one time, when I got pregnant with one of our children, I used it as an excuse. I was throwing up. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sick. I can't.
Guys, you see strategy there. I was making a strategy.
Yeah, but I was so sick, so I would, go to the back and first throw up and first sleep. So I'm just like, you know what? I don't want you guys to have to suck me. Let me just go by myself. Yeah. Was my husband happy? Absolutely not, because you have brains. Why aren't you working? But yeah, that was my excuse for like 4 months. Okay, so now what do you do after the 4 months?
Yeah.
Because now the excuse is done. You're not throwing up anymore. But anyways, with time, with lots of prayer, because I'm Christian, with lots of prayer, he got on board. And so another thing is that it's actually a process, because sometimes you're thinking, okay, the kids are young, which is what most people think. Okay, the kids are young, it's okay. I'll be here until they've grown. And then you're thinking, okay, maybe 11. Okay, when they're 12. Okay. And then when you're in the secret place, God is like, now we are entering teenage. You're like, no, don't tell me I have to stay again.
Yeah.
So now we have to stay, because now the stakes are higher. It's different now. It's no longer, hey, Kaji. It's no longer that. Now it's like, oh, it's a whole other world. So you find that, okay, now I was going to work when you're 12. And those twayongereyo paka 18. Right?
Wow,
And then then there's a whole
years.
other phase now. It's like 18. It's like, man, now you have to go to university, probably in another country. That's a whole other phase.
Yeah.
Because now I need to help you to kind of blend into the other side and transition into university and adulthood. So Yeah, homemaking is not, it's a calling.
Yeah.
That's why even when people are saying, what will they say? I really don't care what you say. Oh, but you look down. Oh, but you think I'm down. I really don't care. I really don't. To be honest, I don't care.
Yeah.
I really don't. Because I know. I know. Yeah. I know what I'm feeling when I'm sleeping. So, yeah, I can't let you.
And I can't trade that for
I
anything.
can't. Talk all you want. I ain't coming.
Yeah.
I'm not switching lanes.
Yeah.
I'm just curious though.
Yes, please.
At what point did your husband jump on board?
Probably when our first one was probably 2, around 2. Now he was comparing the children with other children. Now he was hearing the comments. Now he was seeing what home was looking like. Is like, you mean you people don't have that at your house? Like,
Oh wow!
you mean, that's when he began to see. The difference really came from comparing. It doesn't sound so good, but that's the truth.
That's true.
It is when he visited other homes. It's when, the kids are playing, our children are playing with other children. It's when the comparison comes like, ooh.
Yeah.
That's when he can say, oh, thank you. Now he appreciates it. I mean, to this day, he was like, na you kali,
decision.
when I visited, in Kalaba. Yeah. Unfortunately, he compares. Or he compares.
Sometimes you can't help it.
Yeah.
It's right before you.
Yeah, because I remember there was a time I did come, like I visited you, and I think I was there, I think in a conversation, and he was talking about a child who was throwing tantrums, terrible tools. It's like, as if our child jumped from the edge, because the child doesn't throw tantrums. I mean, I look at her teenagers. No, you said you don't call them teenagers. She calls them young adults. She said, because...
Look at that. Say
Yeah.
that again.
I was just asking you to do
What?
Have you written a book?
Young
Why have you not
adults.
written a book?
It's like you're calling forth.
As a matter of
The
fact,
adult.
why
Oh,
are you
Lord.
not writing a book?
I'm copying that.
Yeah,
also takes the edge off.
It also takes the edge off, but also it removes the label.
Yeah.
Yes.
That label that
Teenagers
comes
with
with
certain mentality.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It
be
comes-
playful, destroy everything.
Uh-huh,
Young adults,
exactly.
you're calling forth greatness.
Yes.
I am copying it right now.
Should I continue with that story?
Continue.
Give her a moment to
I'm
get
fine.
her notebook and pen.
So yeah, and I mean, I look at her young adults and struggles that people have with teenagers.
She doesn't.
Helga is like,
Bitchy.
how old is that one? So we're like 15. Interesting. Uh-huh. It's like things of like our teenage series. She was just like, what's happening? How are people handling? What's going on? How can I help? I'm like, because it's just certain things become foreign when a mom is present. They just become foreign. But there's something that you'd alluded to, and something that you'd alluded to in line with the fact that people say that, you're damning yourself when you decide to stay home. And usually it's because they feel like, stay home moms, what work do you do? What work are you doing? Why do you think that perception persists? And I remember you alluded something to that. Why do you think, and do we need to shift it? Because also, we have to be mindful that there are some women who could
Yeah.
they're at home, they've decided I'm a stay-home mom, and they have 3 maids, one for each child. Then the children go to school. You understand? When they come in the evening, she's like us.
Janet, she's not present.
She's not present. She really does no
Like she stayed
work.
home for
She
herself.
stayed home to take care of
the home.
herself.
She could be
taken care
strategizing,
of.
making a PowerPoint presentation,
What?
to deliberate
She's not
on the
working.
way forward.
She's at
Which
home.
way forward?
For the home management.
Which home?
And the paint
home?
color.
And the
Which
paint
home?
color.
I don't know. Anyway, there's this illusion that they're not working. Or if not, maybe anyway, let me not say so much. Should this perception shift?
Yes, I'm going to say yes. Reason being, I know there's so many moms who are wishing they could just
stay home,
Yeah.
but they're afraid. What's my mother going to say? What? And then we've given such a fear of the man. Then the man leaves you. You're going to be by yourself. You're very stupid. You're not making. It's societal, but then even after, you don't give a damn what the society thinks is your family. Your parents make you seem like you fool. Did we educate you for nothing? Do you know the trouble I went through to educate you? And so suddenly you start to feel like, man, I can't disappoint the people who invested. I can't. I know there are so many mothers struggling there, and so I've been here asking myself, why do I know Helga now? I know then I should be hearing about her, and I know so many mothers who are actually thriving, and I think that it would be okay for them to come out and call it out. Everything, there's so many testimonies about stay-home moms. I know people who have decided, but you see, they're doing it quietly. They're like, Mwana, I'm not ready for the emotional stress. I'm not ready for the mental stress. But you see, if you were a community that came out, it's the same way being, I'm going to use just my ministry so much. It's the same way like being a pastor. You see that when they call you pastor, you're like, now we see one. Because you're like, but it should be okay. Because that's what God has called you to do. Yes. Not everybody, by the way, has been called to career life. It's really not a thing. Yes, there are people who your calling has been to be a mother, to nurture. Nurture. You live and nurture children who are not yours. Because that's where your calling is. You said it's sacred. I believe it. But I know that the same way you come out and say, I'm Christian. I believe in God. These are the things I stand for. I think it should be the same thing. You come out and say, no. God calls me. This is my purpose. It's purpose. It's ministry. And boy, do I miss Barbara on this show. Because she'd pump some good sense into many of us. Because it's the same way you're proud to say you are an administrator. Let me keep quiet. But like, there's so much to show for being a mother, for being a stay-home mother. When you were starting, you said even the people in career, sometimes you're all about your job, you forget to raise your children. You forget to be a wife. You forget, so you've come home and you're like, what do you mean?
You forget that you're called.
Do you understand? That when you entered this institution, it is God that ordained it. It's a God thing. It's not a societal thing. That God said, look, there's a reason you go before God. Otherwise, you could have gone somewhere. I mean, just gather the village chief and say, Gwendi, we are doing this thing. But you go before God and you say all these vows. It's sacred. So I think that, I like what Manuela said, that this show is not just for a woman who is at home. Because also there's a percentage when I am home. So that percentage you're underestimating is the one we want you to watch this show for, because it's going to help you make your home a home, not just the house that you live in. That's why even sometimes shifting becomes easy. Mercy. So like, I don't know, man. I'm so passionate about homes and children and what. I think that if we paid attention to these things, you guys, if we just paid attention, God is speaking. There's a reason we're here at this time. God is saying something. So I would say, Helga and your siblings, the ones Manuela keeps showing you, please help us come out and turn around this mentality. Because I can't speak for people, because everyone's like, it's easy for her to say, look at her, she's working. But if you came out from what Sharon said, experience and testify, they overcame by the blood of the Lamb and the word of their testimonies. Testify. Show how beautiful it is. I think that God would do something so big, powerful. So big in families.
I think you make such a good point. I feel like many stay-home moms have raised some really powerful children. But also the children are ashamed.
They can't even say it in public.
That their moms.
What does your mother do?
Were stay-home moms, and yet they were great. So even if the children after, because they've now moved to a certain level, are able to say, I am who I am because my mom.
You're giving them a new title. I must say my mom is a homemaker.
Is a homemaker.
Come on. I love it.
I like what you're saying. Like, unfortunately, it has to be the
moms who are doing
Yes,
it that
That
actually
talk about
raise it. Yes. Yeah.
But also, I think just trying to be honest with ourselves and evaluate, the difference in who has, is present in their home and who is not. But I've said before that the business that I do as an events decorator was birthed in me staying home. When I obeyed, because it was my husband is the one who actually said, you really need to be present for church. Because with my firstborn, I had a very bad experience. The whole pregnancy was difficult, so I just left really when I was 7 months pregnant. But immediately after her, like 2 years, I wanted to go back to work because again, the definition, my God, how can I miss this whole opportunity? And my second born really suffered that decision. Yeah. So when I made the decision to come back, again, obeying, because my husband kept just saying it and over again and giving me the pros, the cons, and do you see the difference? Oh my God, Abigail was this. Now see Josiah, he was the one who just kept saying it over and over again, and I was so adamant about it. He said, don't you see the difference? Now these homemade things, when you're present, there's a difference. You really need to be. And he kept saying it and resounding it, and I was just not getting it. Until I keep making these guys laugh, that for me at times when I rebel God so much, he speaks like loudly and in like weird languages. So there's no pretending, sit again there, say, well, you're real here. So yeah, I obeyed, and in that place and allowing to come back and take care of Josiah. And, we had our third born and all. O'Neill's was birthed also in that time, because I was able to now also know, I am also not the mom who will just, like I home make and then I'm done. I'm thinking now what? Dinner is ready. So what next?
Make some more dinner.
Make some more dinner or be creative for tomorrow. Yes. And then the business began. So I think it's important for us to just remain aware. That's why I use the example of my friend who works, but is present at home too. And it is work. It is really work. But you also see the difference that it makes. So I think just to say what, the two of them were saying, that, those who have chosen to stay home, it's very important to talk about the highs of, you staying home, so that we don't only educate the people around us, but also our children to know that for you to come back home and you're able to hug me or tell me about your days, because I've availed myself. Otherwise, you're coming back home and the best you can do is flip channels and wait for me to come back, or maybe I don't come back and I see in the morning and we've missed the opportunity to have that conversation. And so there's no healing. But I listened to something also today about parenting and parenting our children and raising our children, that there's a difference. And the lady actually got emotional and said, right now I'm raising my children because I don't see them all the time. And she was like, I'm so scared that they're going to love their dad more than they love me because I'm not there. The reality is I am not. So all I'm doing is raising, and yet it's important for me to also go out and work because I need to provide for my family. She really got emotional. So that brings me back to that nudge, that even when a woman is a provider, especially when children are in play, every mother wants the children to thrive. Because the Bible says that they will rise and call you blessed. Why are they calling you blessed? It's because they also see that everything, they see the fruits, around them and around you. And I'm going to end with a question. I also worry that decision is heavily dependent on the environment that has been created around you, or that you have created around.
That over and over again.
Because
don't decide to stay home. Your environment.
Your environment is not okay. We need to parent. Or your partner is not getting it. I liked how humility. She was like, he didn't get in the first place, but I had to, just pray on it, and then he's able to see the difference. Some people stay home and people can't see the difference.
That thing you said of seasons, I think, is also critical. Because if you're in a season where your husband is not working, why are you staying home?
Why are you staying home? Like, there's an aspect of provision, guys, and it is such, because now we also have very many single mothers.
No, if it's a single mom, that kind of like this conversation is just to prepare you for
When you have the
when you have
opportunity
that,
to do
or
so.
if you ever desire.
Yeah,
it
or
to
maybe
come
even when
back,
you're a
yeah.
single mom
No,
and you're doing it fully, still when you're home,
Yeah.
still prioritize. That car window you have is still very important.
Actually, I think it's very critical for single moms.
Yeah.
You're not,
Yes.
I'm a single mom. Look,
Yeah.
guys,
But you can't stay home.
I have, that's the
Yeah,
thing.
but the
can't.
car window.
But let me tell you something. In my Monday to Sunday, there's a day that's just for my children.
There we go.
Everybody knows it. My
Yeah.
parents know. My siblings know. I don't take any job that makes me work on that day. I don't care how much you're paying. No. Because that day, they also know. So when I put plot, they're like, but ma'am, I say, no, we're going together. Okay. Because they're like, man,
You made it clear.
you're entering our plans.
Yeah.
So I think that it's very relevant for a stay-home mom because you can get caught up in provide, and you forget that the people you're providing for need you more.
Need you more. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's really critical.
Thank you. Thank you for nailing that, girl.
I love what you've said, especially with the children. You also the three of you have talked about it. I wanted to let us know that the children know the difference between the parents that are present and the ones that are not. It's interesting. I didn't think they knew until my children would say things like, okay, there's this child at school who maybe is a bully or is just, shouting at people and all of that. And then when I sat down and asked him about it, he told me that his parents are not together. Now I understand the pain. I'm like, what do you mean you understand the pain?
I'm sorry.
Right? So, and they can tell and be like, oh, this one is shouting like this because they're frustrated with this and this. And someone will call you from school and say, the teacher said this to the student. I don't think the teacher should have said it because maybe there's something in his background. The way that he was raised. I'm like, what?
Does your child want to be a PI?
You get what I mean? Yeah. So just so we know, they can tell.
They tell the difference.
They can tell.
Yeah.
Wow.
They can
You
tell.
know what you're
So comforting and worrying
There's
too.
a job I had where I would travel. Like I'd come back, pack a bag, travel. Come back, spend a night maybe, pack a bag. Then one day my daughter said, hey, mama, you're like our auntie.
Woo!
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's just say I started planning on quitting the job. I felt so bad. I almost asked her, who is the mother? I chased them. Who is taking them? But I totally relate.
Yeah. And I think that there are certain things that we take like jokes. Like when your child calls the maid mama.
By mistake. Yeah.
Mistake? It's not a mistake.
It's
They're present.
you tell yourself it's a
You need
mistake, but
yeah, you tell yourself that's true.
maybe not.
a present
It
thing.
tells you who's present. There are certain things that we shouldn't take. Yeah.
It's just a wake-up call.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
it's not for judgment. Yeah.
Helga, how do you protect your identity, yourself, and your wellness and everything while you're caring for a house around the clock? Because we've seen, like in the days of old, you'd see the moms who would take care of the homes and they just became a part of the house. You click like, they're like, we have chairs, curtains, mommy, fridge, cooker, she's part of the house.
Wow.
And she's there because you see, for many career women, their careers, our work gives us a certain form of identity outside of the children, and it doesn't change the fact that even later in life, the children you're going to let them go.
Yeah.
And then you're there in the chair, the curtain, the dishes, the fridge, like you're all one.
Yeah.
How do you find and keep your identity? Yeah.
Interesting. I have two answers for that. The first one is that, remember when I said homemaking is a sacred calling?
Yeah.
You need to sit in that thing.
Like, sitting in things can be very
You need to sit in that thing
Spiritual things.
and sit.
Yeah.
And sit. Let me look into the camera. And sit, and sit, and sit in that thing. The more you sit in it, something happens. You're no longer part of, you're no longer a curtain. We don't count you like that. You understand? It's like we'll get to the curtain, they should be like, and then there's the woman. So I don't think that just because I'm home and I'm part of the curtain and that you see me as a curtain. I haven't been to any place that I've been seen as a curtain. As part of the decor. No, even when I'm quiet. Someone will say, oh, there's just some, it's like there's something. I sat in it, okay? Was it easy? No. But I sat in it. The more you sit in it, there's a way.
Your presence.
Yeah. You get presence from sitting in it, okay? So that's the first one. Is it easy? Absolutely not. Every time you keep sitting, we are still sitting in it because it keeps evolving, it keeps changing, and So that's one. Number two is a really woo-woo answer. It's the Holy Ghost.
Come on, it's the best answer.
There's a difference between knowing what you should do and being led by the Spirit of God. So there's emotional well-being, social, spiritual well-being, financial, all of that. It is led, okay? It is led. So even when you're at home, there's a season. You are led to work on the house. It's the season. It's not to go and get money. First work on the house. That's how you've been led. Is the whole world saying first work on the house? No. They think you're dumb, okay? That's why I said you sit in it. You understand? And people will be talking, echikulu musiru, echikulu, yasomanyo na yatu, ndekantule, yali mgezi na yatu, kutofayo. You understand? I've sat in it, I've chosen it, okay? Without shame. So all this, the well-being, the social, how shall we do the money, how shall we, I sat in it. I've allowed the Holy Ghost to lead me. When it is time to make money, I'll make it and I'll make lots of money. Okay? So the Spirit leads you. Okay, sometimes it's emotional. You are crying 3 months. You are crying. God, this is how I feel. I don't even feel like doing this anymore. Yes.
Pass out on maternity.
Yeah. So it's in seasons. There are seasons that are hard. I remember there was a time I was trying out social media. It was like 20, maybe 18, was it 18, 17, 19? And I was trying and I was go. And the Holy Ghost said, stay. I'm like, oh, you have got to be kidding me. And I had to stop doing social media. And it was hard. I'm like, but I'm so gifted. I'm so intelligent. Who in the world makes people stay home? Right? And he said, I want you to use all your intelligence, all your talents, all your gifting in the home. I said, hey, okay. I guess. That's why I'm like, okay, so what do we do for the meals? I guess we can have a meal plan, right? So what do we do for cleaning? I guess we can. I used all the intelligence, right?
They're really very good solutions.
And I'm like, okay, let's use the intelligence. And so, because that was the season. So that part was what? Emotion. I don't even know what it was, but God was taking care of that part. And when the part was done, it was like, okay, now you've done well. Next, can we move now to, I'm like, okay, now we can do some work. Okay, to make a business, Kale.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So it keeps
evolving, keeps growing.
Yeah.
I know I've shared a lot about you on this show. She's the friend that I kept telling you guys about who does YouTube videos. Not for you, but for her children and her children's children, and her children's children's children,
You're
and her
the
children's
You're the one, silly.
She's the one. Yeah, she's the one. A lot of media coverage and a lot of attention to something that we now called unpaid care work.
Yes.
Unpaid care work, for those of us that don't know, is an argument to pay women for the work that they do in care. work. Care work includes things like taking care of the home, taking care of the children, taking care of adult parents, because you find that even when our man's mom is unwell,
You take care.
the wife is the one who goes to the
Yes,
hospital.
yes.
Or they could bring them to your home.
Or they could bring them
Yes.
to your home.
Yes.
What the work that goes, even if she's not the one cooking the food,
Yeah.
she's the one that's planning the meals.
Yeah.
That is all care work, and it is unpaid for and does not contribute in any way quantitatively to the GDP of Uganda. And yet when you think about it, that man who's a boss, who's the MD of place X, which is contributing X amount of money to the GDP of Uganda, his wife is planning the meals he's eating. So she has inadvertently contributed to the GDP. So the argument is that, can we measure this thing, this work? And some people have gone to the extreme of it to say, can you, on top of quantifying it, can you also bring out the physical cash? And pay the woman. So should women who have decided to stay home be paid for care work?
Kambuzango msiru bayo. Bayo. Just I'm asking who's paying.
By who? I want to hear from the expert before I give my opinion.
Which expert?
I don't
The
know.
expert is saying,
Well, right now you're really the one killing.
You are the expert. Yeah.
So say it again. What would you say to a woman whose husband wants her to be a stay-home mom and she doesn't? And his reasons might be that he values stay-home mother, or he wants to step on her
She has to
head.
tone it down.
Yeah. What would you say to her?
Interesting.
Or to the one who has found herself with either man?
Interesting. I think that if we look at it biblically, that's the only way I can answer it. If we look at it biblically, the man is the head. People are not going to like my answer, but that's how I roll. That's why I said biblically for Christians. Yeah, disclaimer, it's for Christians. So biblically, the man is the head. There is a scripture that says the heart of the king is in the hand of the Lord, okay? And he turns it wherever he wants. God turns that heart wherever he wants. The issue is that it is the heart of the king. So if to you, your husband is not a king, God cannot turn that heart. So we need to see the man as the king for him to turn it. Okay, that's point one. Point number two, this same king is also a head. And anything that has more than one head is a monster. I gave a disclaimer.
Do you need the pulpit?
I gave a disclaimer that it's Christian only. Okay, so even when his intentions are wrong, unfortunately, he's the head. And God will sort the other king thing.
I'm looking for something to.
Everybody needs water.
They can't breathe. It's so hot.
Yeah, but God is amazing. One thing I love about God is that he's not wicked.
Yeah, it's true.
He's not wicked.
At all.
Even when the person's intention is wrong.
Yes.
And you do the right thing, God is not wicked.
You will take what the enemy meant for
evil
Yes.
and turn it for good.
Yes.
Yes.
You
Come
can
on.
find that man wanted to step on your head, but why are you stepping when I'm already down? It's like, but why
are you stepping? How much lower can you go? I'm already down.
I'm already down. So
going through
why do you want to step on? There's no reason.
Yeah.
So now the
After
guy,
you're already stepping.
yeah, like, and I'm okay. I'm smiling while you're stepping. So you understand what I mean? So sometimes we strive for, like I said, you
small
sit
things,
in it. You sit in it. Yeah. So we strive. Try it God's way. Try it God's way.
Stand still is a thing that we like to say, but we don't know how to stand still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean we are educated, we have the strategy.
Stand still.
We need to do it.
You know how things are being done.
PowerPoint presentation.
Yeah.
It's like
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying, because you see, I'm not a slide for God. First
Yeah.
of all, God.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it looks woo. I even feel like I sound unfair, and I get it. I get it, but
It's
if
just
you
what it
want
is.
to live biblically, that's it.
Christos.
Yeah,
So-
because if you don't align, there are certain things that God will not do unless
Wakama.
you have done your part. You understand? Then you can go to God and say, well,
I did
He
my
said the husband is the head, okay? He said that I do like this, I did. He said that I do like this, but now alikunturugunya. Now you have a license.
So if you're not in that context, kale mwekube.
What solution it's
Oh my
Telling you
gosh.
what did, you understand? Because God is looking at it
Manila
like,
is dying.
but I have a system. Please shoot.
That's
Yeah, that's why I said it sounds unfair. I'm sorry.
I don't know why I'm enjoying your answer so much.
No.
I have a
It feels
question,
unfair.
teacher.
Yes.
You
I
be now
hear
the host.
teacher.
Now you be the host.
She has relinquished the power.
So,
Latido.
when you decided to go home,
Yeah.
nga your husband has not agreed. Kwegamba, for you and the head, where, okay.
Where?
How come you were against the head? Because so that happens to many moms. They
Yes.
feel this feeling to go
Yeah.
home,
Yeah.
and their husband is like,
Gwen.
if I see you in that house,
Yeah.
And you know what their worry is? They're going to lose the zing in that woman.
Yeah.
Again, the PR will be doing.
so
Thank you.
so so what do we do at that point? Yes, we know that after 2 years he'll probably see the difference between
Yeah.
his children, but you're in this 2-year
Yeah.
disobedience.
Yeah.
How does this work? And why is that disobedience? Is that disobedience allowed here but not there? This is why I put up.
No. Here is what it is. Number one, I told you that the first 4 months were crazy, right? And then I left work, right? Now I needed, I don't want to call it an excuse, but now I'm pregnant, right? I can stay at home, right? So that's year one. So year number 2, yeah, I'm raising the child, because you can go away after the child is 1 year. So after the 1 year, when they could have said, "Ngatu never could die," is when it worked. Does that make
So
sense?
wisdom
No, here's the thing.
and seasons, knowing
Thank
when
you.
to come in.
God could have called you to do something, but He didn't ask for your opinion. He didn't say, okay, now we have to do this category for timing. He didn't ask for it. Because He has said it, I mean, God, can I do it now? No, He has said it. Allow Him give you the cues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
They are cues. That, for me, I've learned that in my career life, that when it's time to leave, I don't be like, "If they go buy what?" You'll be like,
That's,
There
I
you-
said it, but
There you
you did. You so you know you
so
brought
you
that
wait.
point.
You wait like I brought you in the hallway. Don't go banging the doors to open. The door is going to open.
Yeah.
When I open it,
Just
your
your
job
job is
is
to
to
walk
walk
through.
through.
Yeah.
I didn't
Don't go
ask for your
opening the
help.
doors.
Exactly.
Got you.
I didn't ask for your help, and
Until
that's
we
where
were
we get it
called.
wrong.
We were called.
That's
There
where
is
we
a
get it
The
wrong.
Lord was speaking unto me. Manana said this thing. God,
Yes.
it
You
means
feel
God
it,
is
God.
talking. I need to leave tomorrow. I'm out.
Women, we have that kajanja of me. God said, "Kakati kamuyambe."
That's what that is.
Yeah.
Kugambye mujan, but He didn't say isituka.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
You look
let's
at
think
Abraham,
about Abraham.
I will
Exactly.
show you.
Yeah.
He didn't say genda who is
No.
olonde.
Oh, about-
no. Akataka kawana.
No. How about the one of I will make you famous? Call Abraham TikTok. Let's do TikTok. No.
But He said, I will make you. He has not asked for your help. He has not asked for your input. He has not asked for your timing.
Yeah.
In fact, He didn't even ask for your calendar.
Yeah.
So sit in it. Can
Sit
you
and
do
wait.
that?
Yeah.
Sit and wait.
It's interesting that you said that, especially like when you hear something in the depth of your spirit tell you to do something. I was getting an analogy about people and when they pray or when they go before God. There are those people who go before God, then they knock on the door. And they run quickly. So God comes, opens the door. He said, when you knock, the door will be open. And the door is open. No guy. Hey. So you go, you gotta come the air. He opens. You run away. Because most of us, when we pray, we're very impatient. We don't wait.
We don't listen.
We don't wait for the door to be open. We don't wait to enter into the room. We don't wait to sit in the living room. We don't wait for the drink to be brought before us. We don't wait for the beginning conversation of how are you? How is home?
What are you saying? Seed time
and harvest. Yes, yeah. So yeah, I like that you said that there's a need to know the when and the timing. It's beautiful. And you know what? All good things, beautiful things do have to come to an end.
No, it's a time to strike.
This entire conversation has reminded me of a woman named Susan Wesley. Susan Wesley had 19 children. She stayed home with her 19 children. And in staying home with those 19 children, they birthed the Methodist movement, where a religion that many people are in, like just knowing and coming to the full knowledge of Jesus Christ. But not only that, that's where homeschooling started. She started homeschooling. And I can't wait for a time when we can extend this conversation a little bit more into things like making money as a homemaker, contributing to your home, going out and buying the fields and all of those things, even as a homemaker, because I feel like it's a place of transition. It's not a place of permanence. It's a place where God, yes, it is. And so I can't wait when we are able to do that. But imagine the things that come out of a home.
Yeah.
Like that is so revolutionary. I mean, how many people are doing homeschooling right now? Yeah. We have an entire curriculum, the ACE curriculum.
Come on.
Which now is in schools.
Yes.
Full schools have been built based off a curriculum or based off a pedagogy, we call it a method of teaching.
It's a word.
A pedagogy. Based off a method of teaching of a stay-home mother.
Yes. Oh, wow.
You, the educated one, you are not aware that the way your child is being taught is by a stay-home mother.
As we do strategy, and
there are so many women, we don't know that the things we put on our faces
are produced
stay-home moms. Yeah. So I can't wait for when we shall be able to have that. Yeah. But I feel like I would like you to end the show and speak to the mom who's decided to stay home. What are your words to her?
That's interesting. Hey, hot mama.
Words of affirmation on arrival. The meal delivery with affirmation.
Yeah, you're not hot mama. You're quiet.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
Number 1, breathe. Breathe. Number 2, you're doing better than you think. And number 3, I'll give you a scripture. There's a scripture that says, I think it's Galatians 6:9, hopefully. Do not be weary in well-doing, for in due season you will reap if you faint not. The big word there is faint not. Make sure you don't faint. Whatever you do, the only way we are reaping is if we do not faint. I love you.
Until next time, with love from Bump Love.
Bump Love was brought to you by
Back to school, back to school, back to school. Well, it's that time again. Now, paying school fees in this season is coming with very huge rewards. Pay your school fees using Airtel Money or dial *185# and stand a chance to win. Guess how much? 300,000. What would you use 300,000 for this season? All you need to do is dial *185# or use the Airtel app. Well, never say I didn't tell you. It's 300,000 shillings.